So now it's time to go over the voters' rankings for the second Sparkle album that we had for Liella. This, of course, introduces the first solo songs for the second generation of Liella, as well as having solo songs for the first generation of Liella. So with 9 solo songs, it was really great to be able to see the style for a lot of girls, especially because there were some of the first ones for these girls. So I was really excited to see what they would produce. So without further ado, let's go to the results, starting with 9th place.
なくなってた迷ってたよいつも大体は今ならば遠く遠く飛べる気がするなんていいお天気さ朝ごはん食べて一緒にお出かけしましょうもっとバリバリロックでコピーシャツビリビリ破ってもし優しさってなんだろう間違えそういつの間にかと思っていた回答を大好きと伝えたいけど言葉ではずっと一緒にずっと言うより先に一歩前に出てるもたもたできないのさ時間をちょっとだけ一緒にいてよ夢を見てるギリギリのとこ攻めてくの危ない橋愛をちょうだい君の笑顔ももっともっとあるし出会い別れこれまで何度僕らは迷いながら見つけながらここまであと少しで会えるはしゃぎ始めるハリー無意識に指さ見せて見せて私にもっとあなたの素敵なとこ自由な流されたくないよ流されてく方が簡単さでも間違いじゃないなら負けるなよ信じたいもの信じて心何回でしょうと言葉思い交わすことも何も聞こえなくてよかったんだ誰もわかんだけどダメ今はダメ一人ぼっちではいられないよ
So that, of course, was an average based on the results of all the viewers. But here, of course, is going to be the full table for you guys to look at if you want. And as we can quickly see, there are some clear, obvious winners, and there's a very obvious loser. So let's talk about it. The worst song based on the average rating is Free Flight, which is Kano's solo. And yeah, I can't disagree. And of course, the big point, which many will reiterate, is the fact that her singing was off in this. And it's apparent. And the fact that, you know, this is not a live performance. They had time to re-record it if they felt something was off, but they shipped it. And, you know, no hate to Kano, but this wasn't great. And it's really unfortunate because, you know, he usually does a pretty good job, but it's kind of just weird to see Kano just being last in anything here, which is very unusual. But you can see the average is a 2.9 based on the scale where S is a 0, A is a 1, B is a 2, C is a 3, D is a 4, and F is a 5. So that's an average of a C right there. It's not great. The instrumental, though, is not too shabby. In 8th place, we got Kinako's song, which jumps up a good amount by 2.2. And it's just not a lot of people who really loved it. I felt like it's okay. And that's more or less what was reflected by the rankings. And then we have 7th place with Chisato. The one notable thing is that it did pretty well with the 10 to 14-year-olds, as it got 3rd place overall, which you can see by the bronze kind of coloring there. And then we have 6th place, which we have Hoshikuzu Cruising, which is fine, I would say. It's not my favorite Kuku song, but it does an alright job. Then we have 5th place. In the dead middle, we have Eyeをちょうだいby Natsumi. We're getting to an average of 1.65, so if you're wondering, that's kind of right between A and a B. And you know what? I think it's not too shabby. It's got some spunk to it and good energy, and it's a pretty good start for Natsumi, especially because a lot of people don't really seem to care for that character, but her getting kind of in the middle of the rankings is a pretty big win for her. In 4th place, we go to Starry Prayer with Symphony, which I definitely did appreciate. It got 3rd for the most S's, which definitely helps, and it's really appreciated by females. Then we go to 3rd place, where we have Midnight Rhapsody, which got the most rankings for A, which definitely boosts up, and it got 3rd place in a lot of categories. The 2 big winners, though, we have is Akane Kokoro with Mei and Glass Ball Rejection with Shiki. These 2 have really dominated and really blown out all the songs in terms of the averages, as you can see here. So if we're just going to focus right now on the 2nd place with Akane Kokoro Mei song, we get to see that she did very well in a lot of categories with average of 0.85. That's a pretty decent A. It's an average with exactly no F's given. The worst section for her, surprisingly, was just for females. And one of her best sections would be for males. But she did very well in a lot of sections. And of course got the 2nd most vote for S's. The winner by this average is Glass Ball Rejection, and that song, honestly, quite a surprise. And honestly, I still listen to it now, here and then, and it's a fun song to listen to, and just something I wasn't expecting from Shiki. And you can see that she just did very well across the board, with the worst section for her just being a 0.9 from males. Overall, just a fantastic song, and just did extremely well in these rankings. So honestly, good job for her. But that's just the overall rankings. Don't take it for gospel. I just wanted to report the overall data to you guys. Of course, if you're interested in demographics, I will show them on the screen as they go up right now. And of course, thank you to all the people who voted in this poll. These are the averages of these guys' opinions. And here are the people who wish to be credited. As you can see, their names flying across the screen. And of course, I did grab a few of the comments that people have put on the poll. So if you want to see how did some other people feel about it, certain songs, and overall, I gotta say, I do agree with a lot of the people's opinions here, and I don't think I would have changed the ranking at all, honestly, which is probably the first time I would say that. I pretty much lined up with you guys in terms of this average. Kind of disappointing, and I'm not happy to say that. And my top 3 is definitely Ren, Mei, and Shiki. I probably still like Mei a little bit more than Shiki's song, but the more I listen to Shiki, the more I think, wow, this is pretty fun to listen to. And you know, those 2 girls killed it. My goodness, those solo songs were definitely a thrill to listen to, and something I still listen to a lot. And I still like Ren's solo song as well here. It's not my favorite Ren solo. It's a little bit more upbeat, but you know, it's still fun to listen to. But yeah, so that's just the overall rankings. Of course, I already did my rankings before, and these are just based on you guys. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below, and have your opinions changed as you get listen to the full versions? Because I'm curious to know as well. For me, it hasn't really changed, but listening to Shiki and Mei has been awesome. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope to catch you guys in another video soon.